Hey there, welcome. It's Karen Lanoux from No Limits Businesswoman. And this is your No Limits Live for today. It's a Monday, and so I'm here with you. And again, I'm always excited. And, despite the fact that it's kind of dreary out there, but it was good because I could take a video and that not just be totally whited out and behind me because it's so sunny. It is not sunny today. Here in Victoria, it is a cloudy day and it is raining and we are expecting a storm, a windstorm. So, but all's good right now. So we got lights, we got action, we got a camera. Awesome. So, who am I? If this is your first, if this is the first time you've ever seen me, I help women in business who are working for themselves or working for someone else who are feeling stalled and not getting what they want out of their career or their business or their life. And I help them to gain clarity, confidence, and help them to take quantum leaps while at the very same time eliminating procrastination, overwhelm, self-sabotage, and the imposter syndrome. And yes, we can do that. We have the technology. So glad you're here because today our topic is what to do when you're not feeling motivated. I don't know if you can hear that. Big truck is coming up the hill here. It's very loud. Anyways, so what do you do when you're not feeling motivated? Well, I'm going to talk about that today. But before we go there, what I want to do is just make sure you know about this, is that there's a free training available for you. And it is really all about procrastination and eliminating procrastination and overwhelm, self-sabotage, and the imposter syndrome, and what my clients have done to overcome that. So if you're interested, if you want to go check that out, go to nolimitsbusinesswoman.com/training. Okay. So again, nolimitsbusinesswoman.com/training, and that'll take you there. And, we've got trainings going on all the time. So go and check it out. All right. So what happens when we're not feeling motivated? Well, for most people, we just like feel blah. And again, on a day like today, sure, it's kind of natural to somewhat feel like unmotivated and not want to do anything. But if this is something that's going on for you on an ongoing basis, then you want to start to look at, well, why is this happening? But here's what happens for us is that we just start to, we don't want to do particular tasks, or we just don't feel motivated at all. We're not motivated by our job or our business. And so we're doing these tasks. We're not. We know we're supposed to be doing things like making phone calls, but or sending out emails, or doing particular projects. But what we end up doing is spending way too much time on Facebook, or other social media sites, or we're doing tasks that like cleaning up, cleaning our desk. And if you're an entrepreneur, you'll be working on your website. Okay. That's one of those things. It's kind of one of those great things. Like, I'm always working on my website. A website, honestly, and working on it is not a money-making activity. Okay? Just put that out there. I know there's this one girl that I know, she's in my mastermind, a mastermind that I'm part of, and she makes $30,000 a month and she does not have a website. Okay? $30,000 a month. She coaches people. Does not have a website, so forget your website. But we end up taking on these tasks and doing things, cleaning things up, or doing the things that are really easy to us, and doing mundane tasks or whatever, but we're not actually ending up doing the things that are really, we know we need to do. So we're not feeling motivated. And what happens every time is, as we do that, of course, things don't get done. We're procrastinating. And we tend to feel really bad about ourselves. We tend to not... we're just not feeling motivated. We don't feel very good about ourselves. And that makes us feel even worse, right? And here's the thing, you don't want to do that, because what the outshoot of that is, or the upshot, whatever it is, what the result is of that is that we are not actually, our businesses will start to falter. We'll make less money. We'll have less clients. If we are doing it in a job, we're not getting things done. If we're not making those money activities, we may not be making quotas. We are not, we're not getting the kudos that we want, or our bosses might be starting to look at us, or teammates might be starting to look at us and going, well, what is she doing? How come she's not getting that done? What's wrong with her, right? And we start to lose a standing. We start to lose credibility, right? So not only are we losing credibility with ourselves, we're losing credibility with the people that we're working with. Same thing in our own business too. With our clients, if we're not doing the things, if we're not reaching out, if you've got a list and you're not emailing them, if you're not staying in regular contact, if you're not doing those things, then which are essentially moving yourself into those money-making opportunities, again, you're not going to have a business, right? Just doesn't happen. But if you're not motivated, right? So what does that motivation mean? Motivated just means, for a lot of people, it's just like, well, I don't feel like it, okay? And again, in business or in your work, there's lots of things, that we might not feel like doing. Sometimes it's easier when you actually have a job and you have somebody that you have to answer to, because they're tapping your shoulder and going, what are you doing? How come you're not doing what I want you to do? And so we might I know when I was in a job, I could have maybe been more productive than I am now. And here comes Chili. He's walking by. Is he going to hit my tripod? Yes, he did. Good job, little guy. He's blind. So he just runs into stuff. And this is not supposed to be here. Yeah, you're okay. You're a good boy. Anyways, actually, you know what? We haven't brought Chili yet. Here, come here. Let's go. I'm going to introduce Chili. Usually it's Pepper that says hi, but this is Chili. So say hello, hello, hello. Okay, off you go. Yeah. All right, there we go. So we're losing credibility, and again, things kind of go downhill, and we're feeling badly about ourselves. But that's right. I was talking about what is motivation. It's just like we may not be just feeling like it, and here's what I want you to do. I mean, if this is just a temporary thing, if this is just like today, this week, again, the weather's crappy outside, it's hard to kind of get excited and motivated. Something for my American friends, you've just had Thanksgiving and all the festivities that go along with that. It's just you might be recuperating, right? And for us up here in Canada or other places, it's Black Friday, right? All the hoopla that goes with it. Maybe you got involved with that, and so today is just kind of just a day, and it doesn't feel that exciting. It's Monday. But if we are gauging and wanting to move forward in quantum leaps, we can't always go by our feelings. Okay, we actually have to start to do some different things. But again, if this is just a temporary thing, the number one thing I would actually recommend you do is just give yourself a break, right? We all have days like this. We all have days where we just don't feel like doing stuff, and sometimes you just have to honor that. Okay, just honor it. Go do something. Play a game. On your computer, or if you can, or just go do something else. Go watch a movie if you are self-employed. Go do something. Go out shop. I don't know what it is, but just don't beat yourself up, right? Because what that does is it starts the spiral of us not feeling so great about ourselves. It starts it to kind of go down, and the worse it gets, the worse it gets. So let's not do that. Okay. The other thing is, so that's the first thing, is just kind of give yourself a break. Go do something and just, allow yourself to do that, okay? What else would I wanted to say? So then the other thing is sorry, I'm looking at my notes and they're very tiny. The second thing that I really want you to do is start to move around, right? Sometimes just moving around will make the difference, where you just like pump your arms. When we move our bodies, what it does is it starts to create, it releases different chemicals, and in some cases different hormones. And so just get excited, dance, right? Do a happy dance, or just do a dance if you're not so happy, right? But what that does is it starts to stimulate you. So then again, your motivation then can start to change. It moves you, again, if you're in that feeling, it's like, I don't feel like doing anything. It moves you out of that feeling state into a different feeling state. And look, if you've listened to me at all, everything is about our feeling states. Everything we create around us is about our feeling states. So it is really important. If you want to feel more motivated, then you've got to do some things that actually are more motivating, right? And that will motivate you. And movement of your body will do that. Again, it starts to change different things in your body and release different chemicals that will just automatically start to make you feel better. Okay, so that's the second thing that you can do. The third thing that I'd actually recommend then is do something what I call my little mantra, which is stop, pivot, focus, feel, which I have on my little bands here. But stop, pivot, focus, feel. And what this does is that when you're not feeling like doing something, or you're in a moment where you are feeling, very limited feelings, or limited and negative feelings, then what you want to do is just stop in the moment and going, okay, not feeling so motivated. What do I actually really want? Okay. And again, whether you're in your business or career, there's something about this when you started it that lights you up. And this is for you, those of you that this is a longer term thing where you're not feeling so motivated anymore. It's just like you're not getting the results that you want anymore. What I want you to do is to reconnect with what lit you up, what kind of, when you first started doing this, when you first started your business, when you first started thinking about this career or the career path that you're on, or even the job that you're in, what lights you up about it? And get into that feeling state, okay? When you can do that, things start to change around you, all right? Your feeling state is everything. I was just telling my mastermind group this morning that in this book, this latest book, and I meant to bring that down here, it's called The Power of Unlimited Imagination, I think it is called, and it's by Neville Goddard. And if you've been listening to me, you've heard me talk about his books, because that's kind of all I'm just, infusing in my brain these days. And one of the things he talks about is, and I thought this was this is just really quite fascinating, is like every state of being, every state of emotion, every state of well, I said it already, being. So again, whether you want to feel wealthy, whether you want to feel successful, whether you want to feel happy, accomplished, all those states already exist. You don't have to create them. So any state that you can think about anything, anything, any variation of it, it already exists. Any amount of money that you want to make, that's a state of being, right? Any level of success in your business or your career that you want to have is a state of being. It already exists. Your job is actually to step into it and to be it. It's not to create it. You're not creating it. It's already created. And there's a whole quantum, physics thing about that, which I think is pretty cool, but I'm not going to get into that. But really what you want to do is step into that. And so by going back to what I just mentioned about, connecting in with what it was about this job or this business that lights you up, it puts you in that state again. And when you get into that state, what you'll find is it starts to pull you, right? It starts to pull your energy. It starts to move you forward towards that goal again and to feeling and being motivated. And it's tremendously powerful. Everything starts with what we've got in between our brain, in between our ears here, right? So again, it's a state of consciousness. It is that feeling state. What would that be like? What would it feel like? So if you want to start to feel more motivated, again, what you want to do is, again, either just give yourself a break, just go and relax, go do something fun, right? Do something that makes you feel happy, or just allow yourself to do those, those just, non-important tasks or those easy tasks. Allow yourself to just do it and just be okay with it, right? Just reframe it for yourself so you do feel okay about it. Then the other thing is he's just moving. Again, in the mastermind, in my mastermind group, the No Limits, no, Chili, don't do that. You're going to knock everything over. And the No Limits mastermind, this morning, one of the gals said when she gets into that state, where she's just feeling depressed or sad, she just gets up and starts moving around and she goes, I'm victorious. I'm victorious. And it's true, right? And it might seem silly. You might feel silly, but who cares if it moves you, if it changes your state of being and your state of mind? It's worth it, right? I got a little guy here. He keeps wanting to jump off the couch. Here, let's come hang out with me. He's being fussy right now. And so just do that, right? So move around. And then the next thing again is stop, pivot, focus, feel. Is do that, just focus on what you want. Focus on what the ideal is. Why is it that you're in this business or in this job in the first place, in this career? And let that see if that motivates you, see if that changes. It should change your energy. It should change the way you feel. And again, when and draw you to do something different, and draw you in the moment to do, to be happier, to actually, again, just feel motivated and perked up. And then what I want you to do, and I haven't said this yet, but then ask, what's the next steps? Just ask yourself, what's the next steps? And not try and figure it out, okay? This is part of the QC3 method where you're asking questions. Because we're making statements to ourselves all the time. What's the statement you're making about not feeling motivated? It's like, oh, is this the job? This isn't the right job for me, or I'm bored, or this isn't going to work. All those kinds of things. Those are statements. What I want you to do instead is ask a question. And so again, in this case, the question is, what would it take to change this? What's my next step? What would it take for me to get excited about this? What would it take for me to achieve? And I don't want you to try to figure it out. I just want you to ask the question, okay? Right, Chili? Just ask the question. So I'm going to leave that with you today. I hope this has been helpful for you. As always, if you've been feeling stuck, stagnant, stalled in your business or your career, and it hasn't changed for months, or in some cases years, and you haven't been able to figure it out, look, I know you can do this. You are awesome. I just know that about you. You're awesome. You rock. But if you're not feeling like that, and you want some help in getting back to that feeling that you can really do the things that you want, and you do deserve that thing that lights you up, that spark that says, yeah, I have this in me. I can't give up now. I know that's there, but if it's been missing for the last, couple of months or a few months or a year or so or more, then you don't need to go it alone on this. Let's talk. So, because I know I can probably help you with that. Help so many women, make some amazing changes in their life. Eliminating procrastination, eliminating overwhelm, feeling more confident, taking steps towards the things that they want, that they haven't been able to take steps for, towards before. Then you can do that. So let's chat. All you need to do is just go to nolimitsbusinesswoman.com/talk. There are no strings, no pressure. All right. I'm going to hold you to the things that you say that you want, because I want them for you. If you really, really want them, then I really, really want them for you too. And I think together we could probably, I don't even say probably, I'm fairly certain we can actually make great strides towards that, and you creating it. Even if you've tried other things before, I know, look, there's lots of therapists and counselors that have worked with me in the past that now use my my tools, right? Because they work and they move their clients so much faster and further. I've got a great testimonial coming up for you really soon. We just got to process it from one of the most recent people who just graduated from the No Limits Live Mastermind, and it's awesome. And you're going to want to see it. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It's either going to be here on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube or in your inbox if you're on my list. So keep your eyes peeled for it. She eliminated procrastination and overwhelm. It was like, bye-bye, it's gone. How cool is that? So if you want some results like that, and to be making more money, to be having more fun, to be working your purpose, to have more clarity, to have more confidence, let's talk. So go to nolimitsbusinesswoman.com/talk, and let's get you doing that. All right. So, because look, again, I know you can do that. So big hugs and kisses to you. And, this week, why don't you now live the no limits life? All right. Bye-bye.